Jelmer here. In this video I'm gonna make a kid's chair out of plywood and maybe some 2x4. So let me walk you through the current idea, setup and situation. So a couple of years ago we bought these cheap plastic kids chairs. They were quite okay actually. They had one flaw, like the nuts that you see here. They were made of very thin hard plastic and they started to break. I couldn't order any replacement parts, so one of the chairs we threw out because the nuts simply broke, and this is the last remaining one. There's nuts on this side, but on the other side right now one is missing, and it's just a matter of time until this needs to go. So I want to make a chair like this out of plywood. Maybe to reinforce it I need to use some 2x4, I don't know yet. I also found another chair online, and that's what you see right here. So I'm gonna make a blend between this chair that you see right here and the existing chair that you see right here. Now, and to build it, we have some more of the old piece of plywood that's left over from the pillars. So I'll be using that because that's actually the right size, and I think also the right thickness. So that's the basic idea. Now, as you can see right here, the height of the chair is actually exactly half of the width of the plywood. So this is 2 feet because the plywood was cut in its length. So I'm just gonna trace it onto the plywood. Now, and looking at it like this, I'm just gonna follow this design because then we will have 2 chairs, one of plastic and one of wood with the same design. They might even match together in their own way. So I'll just cut this out using the jigsaw, and then this is gonna be the template for the other side as well. Now, and since this is a really long piece of plywood, let me show you. It's like literally like one length of plywood. I'm just not gonna clamp it in place because the weight of the wood itself is gonna do that for me. I'm gonna start by drilling a hole here, and then afterwards I will cut out all the pieces on this side, and then finally here. So when it comes loose, then all the pieces are cut exactly right, if that makes sense. But first order of business is the circle, so I'll drill a hole and then cut along this line. Huh, how about that? Now, that was easier than I thought, so I'm just gonna repeat this. Yeah, the only thing I need to pay attention to again is that the cut of the jigsaw, it's not straight down. You can see from this angle that it's slanted, and that's not what I want. So I will run it over from this side one time to get it more flat, especially for the seat, because that has to be flat for sure. See, now you can see from the same angle that it's much more flat, and that's what I want. So yeah, before putting it together I will do a heavy sanding, of course, but I'm gonna cut the other side first. Now I'll just position it like this. Yeah, there's gonna be quite a bit of waste. With a little bit of luck, the piece here I can use for both the seat and for the back piece, because there's of course a second piece just like it. Yeah, waste is always inevitable. I always try to minimize it. Yeah, especially with plywood, with those odd pieces that are left over. You can't really do much with it anymore, so I'll just throw it out after. Now for the seat I'll just measure this width, which turns out to be 24 centimeters. Now the big question is, can I take two pieces of 24 centimeters from this piece? And I got a feeling I can. Yeah, so this is 24 and this is also 24, so that's excellent. I'll use my carpenter square to make it square. So I'll just mark 24 on this line a couple of times and then use a straight piece of wood to connect it. Okay, I'll just cut this out using the circle saw. I'll just freestyle this to the best of my abilities. Okay, so this is for the back piece and it has like this nice piece here, so I'll just put this on top and then I can trace the arc. Okay. Okay, so the seat also has a nice arc in it, and I didn't have it in the wood, so I'll quickly trace it and cut it out as well. Now, before sanding everything down, I want to figure out how I'm gonna put it together, because if it's just gonna be plywood, it may not be as strong as I would like it to be, because I want it to be pretty much indestructible. So I'm just gonna put everything in place to how I see it before me. So this is what I was thinking about. I think I will have to add a piece of 2x2 here, and then I can drill from this side into the 2x2 and also coming up from this side. I think that's going to be way stronger than drilling straight into the plywood, because I'm a little bit reluctant that over time it might come loose, and you know, screws sticking out of plywood, I think that's a really bad situation when it comes to small kits. I really want to avoid that part. So I will quickly find some pieces of 2x2, and I think if I only do it for the seat, it's gonna be strong enough, because the back piece, it doesn't have to hold as much force. Also, with the back, you would actually see the 2x2 to the back here, literally. But, you know, underneath the seat, it's less visible. Yeah. I think one of these leftover pieces is gonna be perfect, because then this can hold it in place. It can drill into the wood, which is stronger than the plywood. And it's also going to be pretty much out of sight. So all of those are win-win-wins. Now, one final thing, I want to check the length of the screws that I have, because I have 2 inch and 3 inch, so let's check it first. Okay. Yeah. It has to be 2 inch, like the 3 inch. Don't even have to try it. So this leftover piece is 40 centimeters, and if I have it at 20, it's exactly the right length. So that's awesome. That's perfect. so next up, some heavy sanding. Oh, I'm surprised. I thought the concrete would really destroy the sandpaper, but actually it's still in pretty decent shape, so that's good. Now, to put it together, there needs to be a bit of space between the leg and the seat, you know, because I want to follow the design a bit closely, so I'm going to use my special ruler for that, and that tells me that it's 12 millimeters. So that's what I'm going to use as a guide to mark the piece of wood. So I'll turn it in place like this. So I have like this piece of wood here, then this goes in front, and from the top till the seat part needs to be 12 millimeters. Okay, now that seems to be the case here. I will mark the wood also on this side, and then I'm just gonna drill a couple of holes in the middle. I think 3 should be plenty strong. So 20 is here, 8 from this side. Okay. Now I'm just here thinking, like, I want the seat to be in the exact spot, so I can just put this piece of the other side underneath and repeat the drill, because then I can line up the legs as well, and hopefully it's gonna make it more likely that it's not gonna be wobbly when it comes out, because that's actually my only concern, that this chair becomes wobbly. And I'm just figuring this out as I go along, so this is my strategy. I have the line where I want the wood to be, so I'm gonna turn the wood and I will make sure that it stays in place to the best of my abilities. And then I'll just drive in 2 screws to see how it comes out. Well, let's start with 1 screw. Okay, so that's 1 screw. Let's see. Okay. Alright. Now I'm gonna add the other 3. Alright, so this is firmly in place and nothing is sticking out here, so this is exactly how I want it. Now next up comes the harder part, because I want to make sure that the wood of the other piece is exactly in the right spot. So let's see how I'm gonna do this. I could just stack it on top, like so. But then, oh boy. I'm gonna put my carpenter square here to see if that is a good point of reference. Kind of is, okay. Okay, some next try. So I just want to make sure that it gets in the right spot. So I'm gonna put the feet alongside of the foldable working bench. This side is perfectly straight. I know that for a fact. So what if I do this? Like I put this piece here, and then it should be pretty much in the same line. How does this look? Time to measure in a few spots. I think this is pretty close actually. Okay. Okay, this might be it. Okay, gonna keep it in place to the best of my abilities. Turn it and drive in a screw. I don't know. Actually pretty close. Looks to be pretty much the same, so I'm just gonna add the screws. You know, the thing is also like I don't have like unlimited time, so that's like a big factor as well. Okay, so I just need to make sure that the screw is like on top, not in the wood, because if it's in the wood it will stick out underneath, and that's really not what I want, and it's not safe. Now, of course, I want some symmetry. And this is 23. Six, 12, 18. It's not wobbly, so that's that's good. That's a milestone. I was worried about that, and wobbly it is not. So that's really massive. So then I can add the rest of the screws. So this took me about 2 hours. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's better than only one chair. Is it worth the time, effort? Absolutely not, because it takes 2 hours. It's a lot of work, and so from a monetary perspective it makes no sense, but to make it, it's actually pretty cool. Now, what I actually ended up doing was I followed the exact design of the plastic chair as much as I could, and that simplified the whole build, and also they kind of matched together like this. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about the result. So all I want to say is, yeah, if you're ever in need of an extra kids chair for your house if one broke, just use the plastic one as the template and make one of plywood. It will take you some time, but it will end up being much stronger, and it's just cool to make something for the house that you can really enjoy. Yeah, so that's it, that's the video. Okay, Tiano, go check out the chair. Tiano, tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, good job, Tiano. And he knows exactly how it works.
Oh,
This is so cool.
mijn is
Tiano. Good job. Hey, this is
Daddy, mijn is done.
And good job.
Daddy, mijn is done.
Okay, so this is the chair made of plywood. So if you need another chair and you only have one,